Right. It's time for the Developer Direct 2025. We start in like less than 5 minutes. So just an overview. We already know that what we're going to see here, we got South of Midnight, we got Doom, the Dark Ages, we got Clair, Obscur, what's it called, Expedition 33 or whatever it's called, which is going to be my most anticipated game of the year. Now we do know there's supposed to be a secret, either fifth game, but there's a fourth game. We don't know. People say it might be a Japanese game. We have no clue yet. And I've been seeing, rumors online, Ninja Gaiden, Persona 6. I saw some leaks for release dates, which I don't like. That's why I've been off social media the last couple of days, but it's going to be a good one. So this could be potentially Microsoft's or Xbox best developer direct yet. So let's see if they deliver. All right, here we go. Developer direct. Okay, European, right? No, they did the ESRB too. Never mind. Look at me getting hyped for no reason. Okay. Four games. But we know they do the secret fifth game, so let's see. And I know people love Nintendo Directs, but I really like Developer Directs going into the studio, seeing the behind the scenes and everything. All right, where are we going first? Oh, we going there first? Xbox Game Studios. Okay, what is it? What is this? And they're publishing the games. What is this? Everwild? No. Oh! Ninja Gaiden. Let's go! I didn't think they would do this though, because they just announced the 2D game. Oh man, that's crazy. Xbox is publishing Ninja Gaiden game.
Years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja.
Going back to the roots. Going back to the roots of the original Xbox.
Remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility.
Who's this?
Commencing mission.
Platinum game? Oh, it's lit. Oh my god, it's lit. Let's go. Best dismemberment game ever, by the way. Okay, we got traversal. We got some Sonic rail riding. Parrying. Counters. Executions. You're gonna play as multiple people? Because this is a new guy that's talking, and then this is Ryu. That's not Ryu. I think I saw 2 of them. I'm all over this, man. I am all over this.
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
Yes.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Yes. Yo, you remember the first time you did the wall jump back and forth in Ninja Gaiden Black?
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
Okay, so looks like we're gonna Ninja Gaiden 4. Oh, they're just calling it 4. Okay. Let's go.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。
Damn, 10
最強の忍者とな
years.
り、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として、忍者ガイデン
So
4
this is
を
like a
発表
Halo
させていただき
5
ました。
situation where you playing as
本
Locke
作は
and
プラチナゲーム
Spartan.
ズさんとの協業で開発を進めてい
Team
ます。
Ninja and Platinum, yeah, bro, that's a match made in heaven.
プラ
Oh
チナゲー
my
ムズさんは
god,
アクショ
let's
ンゲームというジャンル
go.
における実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、よ
When's
り
it
多く
coming
の
out
方
though?
に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で竜ハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に
It might
密
be
接に
more like a
関わ
Devil
って
May
きます。
Cry 4
なぜヤク
situation.
モと戦うことになったのか、竜ハヤブサが戦う目
Yeah, I
的
feel
は
like
何なのか、
You might play as Ryu a little
展開
less
していき
than
ます。
任務は
the
必ず
other
成し遂
guy.
げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒
That's
廃した首都
fire.
東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなす烏一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で
Okay,
黒
that's
竜
his
を倒
name.
し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
Okay, Breath of the Wild. Just kidding.
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として
Bro, I'm
呪
so
いや
excited
より
Platinum
混
is
沌とした
working
景
on
観のデ
this.
ザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに
There's
陥
a
れる
lot
こと
of
で
Sonic influence in here.
舞
I
台
ain't
とな
gonna
る
hold
東京
you.
はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。
It looks polished too. This might come out next year.
前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを忍具やシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションや
What if there's gonna be elements from like Neo and Neo
ステージ
2 in
が進むごとに
this?
上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
They mentioned Nier and Bayonetta. I need some astral chain elements in this game too. I
新
ain't
し
gonna
い主
hold
人
you.
公のヤクモは竜ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。
If Xbox is publishing it, it has to be in Game Pass, right?
荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜が封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。
Fiends. I used to read it as
現時
Friends
点では公開していま
back
せ
in
ん
the
が、
original.
新た
I
な
was
キャ
like
ラクター
7.
やシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。
And this will be a timed exclusive too.
さら
I
に
wonder how they're
ヤ
gonna
ク
do
モが
that.
使える新要素
It'll be weird. I don't think they're doing that
ヌエの
anymore.
型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によってこれまでから大きく進化した一対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ
Instant kill attacks, never before
多勢
seen.
に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率機も健在です。
Tense 1-on-1.
プレイヤー同様敵もガードや回避をしてくるため緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことが
Yeah,
できま
this
す。
is more that Neo
敵の動
stuff
きを
is
しっ
gonna
か
come
り
into
と捉
play
えなが
here.
ら一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの型によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた
Two
密なや
Ninja
り取りを
Gaiden
させていただい
games
ています。
announced in
本作の
within 2
主人公であ
months
る
of
ヤ
each
クモ
other,
は
or 1
竜とは
month.
一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、
Okay, two
二つの
combat
型があると
styles,
いう点
Raven
がヤクモ
and
の大き
New.
な特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。
Hit him with that.
ヤクモ、そして
What's it
竜
called?
ハヤブサ
Lotus?
の双
That
方
Rock
で
Lee
飛
joint?
燕、イズナ落としなどシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者ガイデンにご期待ください。
I mean, it looked ready. Like, it looked like they just polishing it. This joint might be coming out. It might come out this
さらに
year.
我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。
The other thing, I feel like these type of games don't take this long to make. So, like, we could get a sequel in like 3 years, maybe.
忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
When?
長
What's
年
the
にわたっ
launch?
てプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非
Yeah,
常
they
に
was
嬉しく思い
doing
ま
this
す。
on the low,
2025
low.
年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。
I knew it.
続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Yeah, this game, they just polishing it up. Available on Game Pass. Game Pass.
さて、
I mean, I'd buy it
本日お伝え
regardless,
したい
but-
発表はそれだけではありません。
Oh, one more
こちらを
thing?
ご覧ください。
Gas. Gas, gas, gas. What is it? What is it? What is it? Neo coming to Xbox? Oh no. What is it? Is there a remake? I think it's a remake of 1. And I think they recently put these on Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken. They put all 3.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
I never finished 1. 2, I got to the final boss and never beat it. This don't look like 1.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja Plus.
It has to be. It's definitely a remake. Oh no, this... Is that the armadillo from 2?
All paths before me are cruel and arduous.
Is it a boss rush game? What is this? 2. Ninja Gaiden 2, okay. 2 black. Okay, lit.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox
That's
360で発
fire.
売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽し
I
み
don't
い
know
た
if
だ
I'll
いた
buy
作
it
品
though.
です。
I
本作
mean,
忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版
they still look good, the originals.
アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。 美麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜はやぶさに加え、綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox Game Pass でこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開に
That just shows you how much I do not remember Ninja Gaiden 2, because I didn't recognize any of those bosses except the armadillo looking one. That's fire. That's fire. Plus bonus Ninja Gaiden. Okay. I don't think we're getting a 5th game. That was technically 2 games. Alright, let's go. Compulsion games.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada.
I
At
know
our
it's
studio,
Canadian,
we care
but
about world building.
Where the black
We
people
treat the
at,
setting
bro?
almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures.
I think this game will be like, the gameplay will be fun enough and decent enough, but I think where it's gonna shine is the lore, the environment, all that kind of stuff.
Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Ooh.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Oh.
Hazel.
I always know, you do that, you go outside and out. Yep. That's what always happens. Get an argument, leave, and then something bad happens.
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving. An ancient magical power.
When do we think this game coming out?
Her trajectory in life.
April? Or
The
summertime?
land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver.
Actually, I take it back. We need more first half games. Last year they waited. They had Hellblade 2 at the end of May, and then everything else came out in October and November. They can't do that again.
Binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff.
So everything's
Her magic
around
abilities
weaving.
manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
That was pretty cool.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to
There's some
different
echoes
enemy
of wisdom
archetypes
going
known
on.
as Haints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These Haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Okay, so just to unravel.
Each Haint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Haints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that
I'm
give
not
you
gonna lie,
a
I'm gonna have to
tactical
play this on the
advantage during
hardest difficulty. This joint
Timing
look way
is
too
everything.
easy.
Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely
Yeah, it
with
looked
each
too
enemy
easy,
type,
bro. I ain't gonna
creating
hold you.
dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered.
It seems like all the
Hazel
enemies
heals
are
these
like
creatures by
corrupted
collecting
people, like they
fragments of
said, are
haunted
corrupted
memories.
creatures that need
We call
to,
these
you know,
echoes,
you bring
which
them back
reveal
to
each creature's
normal,
past.
which will give you
Hazel
more
must experience
story
these
and
echoes
history and
before she
lore and
can
everything like that.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From
It
abysmal
definitely
swamps
looks great. I'm not
to
gonna hold you.
flooded
Like
farmlands.
the aesthetic is really good.
In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The way to the
Definitely a lot
past
of
emerges
mumbo
as central
jumbo
themes,
going,
which you can see
mumbo
through old
jumbo
abandoned buildings and businesses
voodoo
struggling to survive.
going on in this game.
As
but-
you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. but this time we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
When's the release date, man?
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and
April
previews
8th.
are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Here we go. So the first major game. Oh no, I keep forgetting about Avowed. Alright, so we got Avowed in February, South of Midnight in April. I feel like Clair Obscur is gonna be September. It seemed like a September game to me.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our nano. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features.
I want to play this game
we felt we had something
today.
both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision.
These
and
people
we
got
had
the-
that defined by 3 core elements.
Hope he had a lot of money saved up. He just quit his job the next
with
week.
great emotional depth. Gameplay that innovates on the classics we love. And a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sunfall Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook.
So
67 years ago,
they're an
a massive
independent
slumbering paintress and
studio?
a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith.
And where's
everyone
she
who has
from?
passed
Everybody
that
else got a
age
French
is
accent.
erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Oh, that's why it's called that.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what
I
needs
love
to be
that.
done.
That's way more interesting in games than the
We wanted our
obvious
story to
good
feel
guys,
dark
bad
and
guys.
mature,
Like, no,
with
this
adult
is
characters who feel like
everybody's
real
just
people
in their
with real
own
experiences.
perspective of life, and then you get into conflict.
Gets. The heart of the
'Cause
story
everybody
is
views
about
life differently.
overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
Bro, I'm
What are we
like...
gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful?
I'm trying to
or
hold
make
it in,
peace
but
with
I'm
their
like
fate?
excited for this
What
like I was
duty
for
do we owe
Metaphor.
to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Uh-oh.
That Lumiere fights
Lesbians.
with you.
People ain't going like
Tomorrow
that.
comes. Expedition 33.
This is like the Fable girl.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with CL, whose darkest days have already happened.
The greatest.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually,
This looks like the Fable girl
I'm
for
the
real,
one
bro.
whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Oh, that's lit.
Foot! Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation.
Bro, look at
They're
this.
fun and sort
Bro,
of ridiculous.
look at this game.
You'll meet Monoko and many other Jest
What
Trolls
other
across the
turn-based
game.
RPG looks like this?
And of course, there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures.
Like, no offense to Persona
Esquier
and
is
Atlas and Metaphor, but like,
It will be your mount.
the art
and
style is
travel
beautiful,
to
but
secret corners of the world.
to have this type
If you
of
bring him back with
style
special stones,
with
you
the
can
turn-based
unlock abilities
RPG
for him
is...
to access new areas of the
The
world
visuals
and
are
find exciting
crazy.
secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
And the
Everyone
gameplay looks
has
like it
their own
matches,
reason for
so...
joining the expedition, and each of them has their
Alright.
own story arc and resolution.
When we
that
playing?
players will really connect with.
Fall 2025.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based
Yes,
battle
this is
mechanic
gonna be the
we
best
love
part of
and
the
adds
game,
a real-time
bro.
reaction,
Hmm.
which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During
Oh,
enemy turns,
it's like
you
a
can negate all
spinner. I
damage
didn't
by
notice that. It's a
dodging or
spinner and it has to
parrying at the right
land.
time.
And I thought it was like a countdown and you had to press the button
Balancing
before
turn-based with
it hits.
real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Maëlle switches between stances which can alternately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Maëlle the protector of the group, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
much
need a
the only one at
tank.
the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustave's complementary skills.
Yeah, she's super
Characters
strong. I
also
can see
equip
that.
hundreds
But
of
definitely need a
passive
tank.
effects, which in our game I
Like
call
Hulkenberg.
Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and
Damn.
hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design.
I wonder if that timer is
even
different
imagined.
each time, or for each ability, or each attack, or each defense, or whatever, or it's just gonna do the same thing over and over again, because that could get kind of boring.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example,
So he
the
called it
Justful Village
level,
is an early
so it's
area
not
in the
open
game where
world.
players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that
It's probably
feels
like hub world,
chaotic,
hub levels.
grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point.
Can't have chaos everywhere. You need chaos
what the Gestrals
control.
Are like. The Gestral village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestral.
For SK, we needed a
so
cuddly
you're gonna be the
companion
little
to take us
comic
around
relief
the
of the
world. I
game.
thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically.
This team
from
is
there.
mad creative.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days.
What's that?
A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around. Here we go! We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
Fire.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years.
We can
That's why
tell.
we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33
coming.
launches on April 24th
Wow.
on Xbox Series
April
X and S
24th?
and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You
That's
can already
way
visit the
sooner
game
than I
and
thought.
follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33.
Oh
We are a
man,
small,
April's
passionate
looking
team with our debut
crazy.
game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Yeah, I don't think there's
Tomorrow
gonna
viendra.
be technically
Tomorrow
a fifth
comes.
game because I mean we're already at 30-some minutes and they still gotta show Doom. I think that's it. The reveal they could, but the fact that they're doing a whole developer deep dive and all that, then finally Xbox. This is coming out in May for sure. First half of the year set, bro. Yeah, February, got 2 games in April, and you got Doom in May for sure. You got the
Hello,
Xbox
and
Showcase.
welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
Yeah, we need to see more of this
We're
game, bro.
excited to
From
share
that
with you a
trailer.
look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
That was funny. That was funny. So you need some of that, the non-scripted stuff. You're not gonna get that with AI that everybody's pushing for. Dang. Decapitate while you're already on the ground?
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to
it's a
reimagine
prequel. He's not
every
going back in
aspect of this
time.
experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, The feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat.
See, that's crazy. Being able to keep the same movement
felt like a fighter
from
jet.
the originals, but
Dark
updated.
Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again. Just like in the classic Doom games.
That's what I'm saying. They brought that strafing concept and movement from the original.
And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's
and brought it to modern games
with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
Yeah, this is...
Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press.
Now that is fire.
We want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience.
The same button, just using it in a different instance, depending on the situation.
And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
See, I like that. It's like the game, they keep their core essence, but it just changes slightly for each entry.
To go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in.
So this is going to be more standard ground.
Because if you're going to stand and fight, then you got to have
like I said, stand and fight, not a bunch of running around.
How about an iron flail?
You know,
or maybe an electrified gauntlet.
Reversing and just shooting a bunch of stuff at once. Like you're gonna stop at these one-on-one, one-on-six.
Part of a melee system. All on one input.
More focus on melee, not just shooting, but still having shooting and guns.
Finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, man.
The trigger.
I didn't even peep that. They didn't even mention shooting the entire time.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom.
I want to see more of these executions, though.
These never before seen, insanely fun to use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
Okay, here we go. They were showing us combat that whole time, and now he's like, alright, let's take an extended look. No talking, he just gonna go. Parry. I'm gonna be using that shield like crazy. Oh. Get the green one. That's like Cuphead, how you could parry the pink one. Since this is going to be on PS5, I want to know what type of multiplayer or crossplay they're going to have.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
That's great,
slow
too.
Things down or speed them up. It's a Doom.
Because most games, it's like, okay, hard, difficult, easy. You could change your parry window, how aggressive they are. You got a lot going on.
To get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything
Bro,
we've
this
made
game
to
is
date,
just
and the
like
combat systems behind these features
just
are
get a
deep
bunch of
and
dudes in a
tons of
room and say make a game that's crazy and just give them unlimited budget and they just that's all they do. They just threw everything possible together to a game.
Great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose.
I do like when games do this though, or movies or shows
Explore
where
what is the largest play space
it's
ever in a Doom
technically
game.
medieval times, it's
Discovering
old,
secret
but
caves
the technology
and
is new.
dungeon-like mines
The
in
world
search
is just
of
old
vital
looking.
resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend,
I was literally about to say,
the
speaking
story
of this
Doom:
legend,
The
what's the
Dark
story
Ages,
on
like
this guy?
everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line. And
Okay, it says
you
summer
are the star of the
blockbuster,
show.
so what's
your
that
power
mean?
is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story,
It's a
the
May game
balance
for
of
sure.
power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy
Yeah, I
of
gotta
the
play the
Slayer's
older
legend.
games.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough
they
to
just-
become the best game id has
Just
ever
adding
made.
more people coming.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages
the thing.
releases,
Yep. May, just like we thought. Oh, May 15th. There we go. Alright. Is there a secret fifth game? No, that's it. Right? Oh! Oh. I got excited for no reason.
This is so like...
You will feel like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed
April
around
8th,
textile
May
crafting
15th.
and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive
April
turn-based system has a
24th.
real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
リングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
Great freaking show, bro. Great freaking show. Great. Oops. Oh, that's it. All right, listen, man. Amazing. The best developer. I mean, obviously, the first one was great in Hi-Fi Rush, Shadow Dropping, but nah, that was it. Listen, man, look at these games, bro. And like we said, last year, Xbox did not hit the mark when it came to putting the games out in a good fashion. Like we had, what was it? I mean, 2023 was even better. You had Hi-Fi Rush in January, at Minecraft Legends, I think in March, April. You had Redfall, which was a disaster in May. Starfield in September, so that was a little spread out and it wasn't critically acclaimed. Then you had Forza right after that, again, kind of came and went. Last year was inexcusable the way they had it. You had Hellblade 2, had to wait till May. Then you had Call of Duty, which was going to come out anyway in October. Then you had Stalker 2 in November, which wasn't exclusive. And then you had ours a timed exclusive, I think. And then you got Indiana Jones in December. So that wasn't it. The way they're doing it this year, listen, got Avowed in February 18th. Then less than 2 months later, April 8th, you got South of Midnight. Then you got Expedition 33 on Game Pass. Then May 15th, Doom the Dark Ages. Then we go into June, got the Xbox Showcase, plus they're probably going to show Fable there. We'll hear more about that. Then, question is, what happened? I guess that Outer Worlds 2 has to come out sometime before then. I feel like Outer Worlds 2 is going to come out in like maybe September, August or September. Then you get the new Call of Duty in October as usual, Fable in November, and then here Ninja Gaiden 4 in the fall at some point. So listen, no complaints from me. Excellent developer direct. I already said before, Expedition 33 in the Xbox game, but that's my most anticipated. Ninja Gaiden 4 was a great, I mean, yeah, it was a surprise because it got announced, but it was like, we kept hearing about it, you know, certain game coming out, but our Japanese game, Ninja Gaiden, was a guess, but to see they're working with Platinum, the people that made Bayonetta and Nier, in Astral Chain, and the original people that came from there made Okami and Beautiful Joe. Like, man, I think DMC too, the original Devil May Cry. So great show. Listen, they did what they need to do. Just got to deliver. I know everything's kind of scary on the future of Xbox and everything like that, but they listen. At least we know what we get this year, at least. What the future holds, who knows? We'll have to see in June and moving forward. But that's it. That's about it. But appreciate you guys. Definitely leave a like on this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't watched some of my older videos. And I'll catch you on the next one.